How I turn this to this. Let's hit it. You're back. We're back again at Room Fillers Podcast. You know me. I'm your host. My name is Charles. This is Room Fillers Podcast, your collector's podcast. And thank you. If you're tuning in for technically third episode, but this is episode 2 because the first one is pilot, which is 0. Episode 0. Maraming salamat po. And I hope you don't get bored. I'll be discussing more on some of the technicalities of what I do, but more of an interesting thing that I'd like to talk about. This post that I had before in the fragrance community gained a lot of traction. And siguro gagawin ko na lang siya ng episode to give better understanding. And for those na nagtanong before, eto na, may clarity na kayo on how I maintain and keep this type of collection. This episode I'd like to call Decluttering 101 on how I maintain. Yun nga kanina sa intro, no, pinakita ko kung I have like a vast majority of collection and turning it to a minimalist collection. So yeah, from 30 to 25 to 12 to 10. So I when I was starting, diba, I bought 1, 2, 3. Then all of a sudden, no, I was still working on site back then. May pedestal ako. So sabi ko nga sa inyo, diba, nasa employee relations ako. Hawak ko yung mga papers, NTs and this and that, the first, second level, mga paperworks. Pagdating sa pedestal ko, pinakailalim, boom, andun lahat ng pabango. It came to a point where I have 30 full bottles, 30 full 100 ml bottles. Mostly consists of clones again, some of designers. But yeah, mostly clones. So, I'll give you a few tips. Unahin na natin. Removing similar scents or DNA. Ito yung common na sakit pag you have a lot in your arsenal. Some of which, again, if you will go to the decluttering, if you want to like mine, a minimalist collection, before doing so, I did some category type of, arranging those perfumes and what category that I use, office, safe, whatever. You could jump into School of Scents, wherein he talks about 5 categories that he used to differentiate or to categorize perfume. So sinabi niya doon, there should be an office safe fragrance, office school safe fragrance. There should be a summer specific fragrance kasi sa other countries they have a really hot summer day. There should be a versatile fragrance. There should be like a date night fragrance, and there should be a party or loud type of fragrance. So that's I quote School of Scents for that. You could have your own style. It depends on what you do. Pwedeng fragrance will. It's up to you on how you want to categorize. Right now, what I did initially when I tried to reduce my collection is I remove similar DNAs or profile. So, ano ba yung similar DNAs? Let's say you have like 3, 4, 5 all Creed Aventus inspired. So, if you want to declutter, you must only pick one. And I think a lot, I knew a lot na they have like 5 different version or clones of Aventus, no, reaching from niche ones to inspired ones to clone ones. So parang sobrang redundant, no? Parang yung collection na yun, pwede ka na bumili ng actual Aventus itself. So, nasa yan kung paano. Or DNA, when I get into the lower single to parang mga lower 1 digit, 1, 2 digit, I remove, I just have like a strict number in terms of how many fresh that I want and how many dark, warm, spicy, mga ganun, oriental fragrance that I have. So, yun yung parang pinaka naging category ko, no, in terms of fragrances. So, right now, I have a lot of dark, heavy, overly projecting, beast mode, nuclear fragrances in my collection. That's actually 80-90% of it. So, but I don't have like similar DNA, literally. No, each fragrance, I right now, I think I only have 12, if I'm not mistaken, or 11 in my collection. which have like different scent profile. No? Pwede siyang warm spicy pero kakaiba yung ginamit. I have like cinnamon bomb, cherry bombs, mga ganyan. I have this woody, oriental, spicy fragrances. So, ganun siya. Ganun ko siya kinategorize. But those are still, I have few daily drivers, kanga, or your dumb reach fragrance, I still have those. So, that's how I trim down majority of the fragrance. And if you really want to declutter, to make it minimalist like I do, you let go of your seldomly used fragrance. So, resell mo sa market, maybe it has a higher value, pwede ka magpa-steal price para makuha mo agad yung pera. You can go post fragrance communities, you can check the marketplace, you can do, some of those things, and, earn money from it. And I think I don't know if you would agree on this, but when you reach kasi a certain number of fragrance, you could do rotation, week per week rotation. I don't do that. Before I did that. But at the end of the day, if you reach more than 30, if you come to think of it, that's one fragrance per day in a calendar month. Ang dami nun. Okay? Pero again, it depends on you na how you collect. No one's stopping you. No limits naman tayo dito. Wala naman nagsabi na dapat ito, dapat yan. But again, if you're watching this episode and you're following and you, again, want to have idea of what I do, yun. I let go of the things that I don't use. So I see to it that I use majority. I just have like one situational, very situational, yung mga black anti-event type of fragrance. Very minimal, but majority of it, I use it on a regular basis. Okay? If you also want to have like declutter, you could go for a themed collection. When you say themed collection, I know people who collect the whole Club de Nuit line. They collected the whole Al-Haramain Amber Oud line. Si Miles will also be like a future guest. He collected the Aqua de Gio line. So you can have themed collection. No? If you want to make it minimal, then you have some drivers out there or some special fragrance. It's up to you. So it will create a limit to that collection wherein, okay, I go for 10, 12, 15, 20, whatever number that you keep in mind. But again, for me, it's around 12 or 10. Because again, it's too much if I had like many and I get confused. Sabi nga ni Marie Kondo, it does not spark joy. That's my take. So in terms of theme collection, maraming pwedeng gawin. Right now, my current theme, since like I mentioned sa last episode ko, I'm leaning towards niche. Obviously, I have a niche collection, but the theme is more or all, if not, Middle Eastern houses. Yun yung current theme na sinusunod ko, and that's only one per house. No, very strict. So right now, I have, syempre hindi pwedeng mawala, Arabian Oud. Sobrang grabe ng Asil Special Edition, guys. You have to get your nose on it. It's very creative fragrance. Sobrang nagulat din ako doon, and that will be my next episode, yung King of Blind Buy. You need to watch that as well. I have obviously Rasasi, my go-to, my favorite brand, bang for the buck brand. I have very unknown brands like Ibrahim Al Qureshi. Here in the Philippines, not popular. Ahmed Al Maghribi is not popular here in the Philippines. Those are some of the brands that I own. And obviously, my signature scent, my favorite scent, na hindi Middle Eastern pero nasa collection ko na hindi ko nilet go kahit ganun yung theme ko. I only have 2 that's out, that's not Middle Eastern. One designer, that's Toy Boy. I really love floral scents. Can't let go of that. And Mancera, which is a French fragrance. It's red tobacco. So that's it. So parang 10, lahat Middle Eastern, then the last 2 is one niche French and one designer. That's it. That's majority of how I did my decluttering in my collection. If you want to know more, you can send me a message on how I did it. But the strategy, mostly other would go to the fragrance wheel, others, but ako, I find it convenient wherein I go for themed collection kasi I want to keep it that way. Tapos pag sumobra, benta, and check other if I no longer use those fragrance. Again, no one's stopping you, no limits. Kung if you want to follow this like tip, especially in the fragrance game, fragrance community, again, it gets expensive as you go deeper. You can follow these tips. You can follow, this fragrance type collection thing. But again, no one's stopping you. You do you. And yun lang. No? Napakabilis lang again na episode. Stay safe and keep on collecting.